Hello from Claremont. I know everyone on this call is either a friend of the college or an alum or a parent, and I can tell you that we are having one of those rare days right now in Claremont where it's actually raining and below 70 degrees. So depending on where you are right now, it might actually be warmer than in Claremont. Right off the bat, everyone, just want to take a moment to introduce myself if we haven't met before. My name is Josh Meadows. I'm a very recent CMC grad, and I now work in the Office of Alumni and Parent Engagement full-time, overseeing virtual engagement programs such as the one you are here with today, and student engagement. So if you're interested in connecting more with our CMCers on campus, please let me know. Today, we are here for our session with Murty Suntak Quantitative and Computing Lab for a session on SQL. The session we're doing today is a part of our continued education sessions, which we're doing in conjunction with our 75th anniversary. As you'll see, this session is being recorded. So hopefully we'll have the recording up in the next couple of days if you want to review ahead of part 2, or if you want to have for something in the future. I mentioned that this is part 1 of 2. We will be gathering at this same time next week on Tuesday, the 22nd for part 2. Something you may have noticed that's a little bit different about this chat as compared to some of the others is that everyone was muted at the start. That's just because we're actually expecting a bigger group than we've had in the past. We could have, many more people that are here. We're just going to see who trickles in. That being said, if you have any questions as the session goes on, feel free to chat myself or any of the other hosts, or you can also request to be unmuted if you have something that you feel like it would be worth talking through. At this time, I want to turn it over to Jeho Park, who is the director of the Murty Suntak Quantitative Review Lab, and Vanessa Casillas, who is our graduate fellow and is leading the session today. Jeho and Vanessa, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, John. Hello, everyone. It's nice here to see everyone on the Zoom. Oh, wow, we have over 35 people here today. Hi, I'm Jeho Park. I'm the director of the Multi-SQL Quantitative and Computing Lab. I'm going to just quickly introduce the Quantitative and Computing Lab, QCL, to you, and our services to the CMC, and we'll go into the workshop right away. Let me just share the screen first. Just a minute. All right, so can you see my screen? All right, if I look at the right side of me, then I'm looking at you. If you can activate your camera or show me your reaction, virtual hands, that would be great. Our workshops, the QCL workshops, are always interactive and hands-on. So we really appreciate your participation. Multi-SQL Quantitative and Computing Lab. We are the school's CMC's transdisciplinary campus hub and comprehensive support center for students and faculty and staff seeking assistance with the broad spectrum of quantitative issues, computing support, including mathematics, computation, statistics, programming, data analysis, and data visualization. So we mainly provide 4 services to the college: mentoring, training, consulting, data science, Capstone. Let me introduce you those services so that you know that what kinds of student support and staff support and faculty support are like at QCL. So the mentoring, as you see on the screen, right side, this is our walk-in sessions outside, it's California. So we are taking advantage of this beautiful weather outside, as long as, and also the pandemic situation made us to move outside of space to have our mentors, mentoring sessions. So we do have a one-on-one and small group mentoring and tutoring by appointment on those courses on mathematics, statistics, econ, especially econometrics, physics or logics, something like that. And this is the walk-ins. As you see on the screen, is walk-in hours, Sunday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And also outdoor space is available. And we also offer this skills-based mentors, Stata, Python, R, MATLAB, Maple, and Sql. Sql is one of the skills-based mentor topics. And training, training workshops. We do offer training workshops on, various tools, computing tools, Excel, R, Python, SQL, Stata, Tableau, and so on. Most of the QCL workshops focus on, providing the environment for the students to learn more about the tools, learn the tools for themselves. And some of the level 2 workshops are application focused. So we are having the level 1 right now, level 1 SQL workshop. Also, the third service we do offer is the consulting. We offer the one-on-one support on the faculty research and senior thesis research on their computing related issues like Python, R, and database, and so on. We also have some high performance computing resources on your side. On the side, you see the supercomputers. We have some supercomputing hours on the, for example, San Diego Supercomputing Center through this Exceed program. We also have the GPU machine, and also we have our studio server for mathematics and stats courses. And the last one, but not the last one, is the data science capstone program. I don't know if you heard about this data science capstone program. This is a wonderful, CMC experiential learning program that is a, as industry and academia partnership program. And as you see on the screen, we have many so far, many of our clients here, starting from FlexFeed, WellPass, City of Sierra Madre, Avo, Engage, Ontario, City of Ontario, Dodges, and East Valley Water District, NBC Universal. These two are the new Capstone clients, Disney Streaming and Storyhouse Ventures. As you see on the screen, we have some of the Claremont oriented companies here, Storyhouse Ventures, Engage, Live Chat, Evo, and also our, public sector partners, East Valley Water District, Ontario, City of Sierra Madre. So through this course, 15-week project-based course, students on, majoring in data science and, data science sequence students as well, they work directly with these industry liaisons on their client, data projects. So we have 6 to 7 industry projects every semester since spring 2020. So I would like to invite all of you to become our new, maybe next Capstone clients. Please contact me, jeho.park@cmc.edu to become our data science clients. So that's about the QCL. We have our website, cmc.edu/QCL. You will see those services available for the students and staff. And we also have the Instagram, and this is my email so that you can contact me, become one of our partners. So we have, 46 people here. let me, before I start the workshop, let me start a poll. The first question about why you are here. Can you please answer this question now on the screen? All right. Great. Okay. All right, I'm going to end the poll. And I'm going to share the result. So here we have 6% of you just came to learn what the SQL is about, and 20% of you are wondering about the SQL for your future work, and about 20% of you are wondering about the SQL for your current work. That's great. We have 2 sessions for the SQL as SQL query language. For today's workshop, we focus on setting up your environment. The most challenging part, we've been running the SQL workshop for students and faculty for several semesters. And we noticed that the most challenging part is to set up the SQL database on your computer so that you can learn more on your time. And the next time we will be learning more about the actual SQL query language. So today, as you notice from the email, you'll be using your computer to install MySQL database server, also the database clients. All right. Today, our instructor is our graduate fellow, Vanessa Casillas. She's a CGU student and been working for the QCL for over a semester. And she's a PhD student, and her field is GIS, right? And his school is CSAT. So I'm going to just all right, so Vanessa, are you ready? Okay.
I am ready.
Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa. As Dr. Park said, thank you, both of you, for the beginning part of this and kind of explaining the process. Today we're going to learn about SQL. And today is going to be the installation. So I want everyone to get ready, their computers ready. Hopefully you're in your computer as an administrator because you will be doing a lot of stuff. You'll be giving it a lot of agreements for administrative rights. So let's get into it and talk about what we're doing today. So we are installing together. There is a very important part that a lot of times with human error, it makes the actual connecting the client to the server harder. So that's why we do the install together instead of apart. A lot of people don't actually know how to get started with just putting it onto their computer. And unless you have YouTubed and Googled a ton, that's usually how people figure it out. But today you get the shortcut version and you have me to show you how. Part 1 is for installation. Part 2 is going to be we're going to go more in depth and go into the queries. We're going to write out and import data. We're going to look at our data, and it's going to be a lot of hands-on. So I hope you guys are ready for part 2 as well. And then you're new to SQL. I did see a lot of people said that they're taking this workshop for fun, and there's a lot of people who are looking for this as their career. I think that's amazing. We do need a lot more people who know SQL in the world. So thank you for showing up today and kind of seeing what it's like. Though this is a workshop, so it's going to be a lot of stop and go. Please make sure that if you are at a point where you are stuck, to write one of us, the host, so that we can help you with that. It is very, very crucial that we are all on the same page, because on the page where it's the most important, I would like everyone to be there at the same time. We are actually at this point, I would like to ask how many of you are Mac? I'm going to ask everyone who's Mac to put their little thumb up, the emoji. Okay. And let's see if someone can count those for me, because for some odd reason I don't have. Here we go. We have 13, a little bit over 13. Let's do it again, just because it didn't let me read that real quick. Everyone that's Mac. 7, 8, 10, 12. Okay, great. Now I want to see everyone who is Windows. I want you all to, let's see, what emojis do we have? Yes, everyone who's Windows, put a celebration one up. Great.
My celebration for Windows.
So we're gonna have we're gonna have some breakout rooms, and we're gonna do the installation process for both. Dr. Park is going to be in the Mac room, and I will be in the Windows room facilitating that install. Okay. We'll also have either Josh or Sam, who's here today. Sam is also moderating. Sam Kim, everyone. Yeah, thank you. So he will be also moderating today's workshop, and he'll be on the Windows side while Josh will be on the Mac side with Dr. Park. All right, let's go over the, yes, Dr. Park.
Actually, I just made a one breakout room for Mac users, and those who celebrated to have Windows, just stay here in the main room.
Yes. Okay. So all our Windows is going to stay in the main room. Okay.
All right. I just opened the breakout room. So if you see the breakout room and you are a Mac user, please join the breakout room for the Mac users. All those Windows users, just
Dr. Park, I still have to go over
the
agenda and the summary before we put them in breakout rooms.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so let's go over the agenda for today. I will be going over an SQL overview. And it's going to be really general. It's not going to go too in depth into it, but I will at the end of part 2 give you some resources on where to go. After that, we will go into the breakout rooms and we'll install MySQL, and then we'll install DataGrip. After DataGrip and after we install DataGrip, we're going to do an overview of DataGrip itself and kind of give a little bit of an idea of what the environment's like. We're going to create our first database, and then I'm going to let you guys go if it's a successful creation of a database, and send you off to part 2, and you'll see me then. Okay. So let's get started and talk about SQL. So if you want to see data, see relationship between data, find any cell, add in any data to cells, or add order to information, SQL will be very good for you. Okay. So what is SQL? It is, a lot of people like to say SQL or Sql is usually the bigger word. It is a structured query language. It's part of CRUD, and it's able to create, read, update, and delete. Okay. It creates databases and tables and looks at specific data. It makes changes into data and removes data as well. It does a lot more than that. It grants access. It creates users. It can connect to other programs, but that's more for a level 2. And today we're just doing a very beginner into SQL. I'll be looking a lot over here because this is where I could see your guys' faces. So if I'm looking this way, I'm looking at my second monitor. Okay, so let's talk about relational databases, okay? So to start off, a collection of tables is called a schema, and we'll see a little bit of this in a couple more slides. If you've all worked in Excel or worked in any type of CSV, you'll recognize a table like this, and it has columns and rows. And this right here will be one table within your schema. And having this table here and having a different table, connecting both of them is where you get the relational database. And having and relating that information together will create a new table that will not affect the other two tables. And we'll see this in a little bit. Okay, so we have here an example of a small schema, but it's going to give us a quick view of what SQL is capable of. Okay, so we have school courses here. It has class ID, it has title, and it has the class number. Let's say this is 3 different departments. Okay, and each one of them has their own information, and I am a user who needs to know Brenda here, what class she is taking. Okay, so let's go and see what class Brenda is taking in between all of these departments who have different information. So what we're going to do is look between student attendees and course students and see what column is the same, right? We're going to see that there is a column that is called ID and another column called ID that has the same exact information in it. And it will connect both these two tables together. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, okay, SQL, I would like to join both these tables and show me everything that is connected between this column. So we'll look, it says 32238 is her ID number. We're going to go and connect it to this table here, 32238. We follow it along and see that in this table, we have class ID and semester. This other department has our school courses, and they also have a class ID. So what we're going to do is join a third table and then be able to find out from there that she's taking class ID 1009, go over, look for 1009, and see she's taking intro to databases. So from that, we were able to go into these 3 tables and get that information without having to actually mess with the information within those tables. This is a very high general view of this. We're going to see this more in part 2 on how we're able to join those tables together and create a new table that won't mess with the information that you have in the other 3 tables. Okay, now that was a small schema. This is going to be in a more larger view. We have all these tables here that each department has, and now we can connect all of these tables together to make a new table itself. Okay, so this right here is usually called an entity relationship diagram in ERD. And you can see here that from, like, let's say we wanted to join city and actor, we can do that now by going through and joining different types of tables. So this is a much broader view. And then I can't talk about just, today we're going to be using MySQL, and we can't just talk about MySQL without talking about all the other types of servers that are out there. We have a ton, as you can see here, and we have a lot of people, most popular ones are Postgres. We also have SQLite. And the only difference between all of these, really, in a simple sense, is the syntax. It's how you write the query with the syntax. So instead of a parentheses, you can leave it without a parentheses, or without a semicolon, you can leave it without a semicolon. You can have a capitalized, you can have lowercase. So it really, in a general sense, that's really the difference between all of these. Okay. All right. So does everyone have any questions about anything I just went over now? No hand raises? Okay, great. let's move on and go into MySQL overview. MySQL is an open source relational database. It is a cross-platform and it can run on Windows, Mac, and Linux. Today we're covering Windows and Mac. So with this type of server, we are going to download it, and a server like this of MySQL is able to store files and and hold a database. It provides services to clients as well. Now, this is an application where we're going to be putting onto your computer from the internet, and it's going to connect to our client, which is our application of DataGrip that will be downloaded by JetBrains. And that is going to be our workstation that is going to be user-friendly and will be able to write our queries in. Both of these having the connection together will help us be able to store our database that we're going to be creating later today. All right, and now it's time to go into breakout rooms. If anyone has any questions, this would be the time for anything before I have said. If not, we can open the breakout rooms. We'll probably be in there about 15 to 20 minutes.
All right, so let me open the breakout room for Mac users. So only those Mac users will go into the room. Those users with Windows, just stay here with Vanessa. So I just opened it. Can you join?
Dr. Park, Vanessa, I thought I would just jump in. So for those of you who are looking for your breakout rooms, if they're open, you should be able to look down on the bottom action bar where you'll see things like mute and the recording button. There should be a button for breakout rooms, and you can choose to scroll down to where it says Mac users at the bottom and click join if that applies to you. And if no one is seeing that, that'd be, oh, no one's seeing that here, broadcast.
All right, well, let me close the room and recreate it, just a minute. All right, I'm going to recreate it and let participants choose room. I'm going to recreate and rename it as a Mac users. Then I will open the room. And can you see them? See it? All right, good.
Hey, there we go.
Great. Okay. I'll also go into the room. Sam, you stay here. Would you stay here for Vanessa? Josh, would you go into the room with me?
Yes, I will. And I'll just, Dr. Park, if you want to get even started or just start talking about it, why don't I just wait here for one moment to make sure we've got all of our Mac users in the right room.
Okay.
So anyone who's still in this room, if you have any questions about getting in there or unable to join, you can shoot me a message. Otherwise, I'll just hop over in 1 minute.
Okay, everyone, anyone here not a Windows user, please put your thumb up so we can help you out and have you go into the breakout room. Okay, Jane, Josh, can you help Jane in figuring, let's see, anyone else? Okay, let's do that, Jane.
Here, why don't I, for those here, if you could send me a message if you're still not in the right room, I can assign you to the right room. So I might do that right now. So here, Jane, I'm going to send you over.
All right. Everyone here is Windows, correct? Cool. Okay. All right, let's get started. All right. So I have my little handy, everyone can see anyone not able to see my install Windows? No? Okay, everyone's good? Okay, great. All right, let's start off by downloading and setting up MySQL. I want everyone, let me put this in chat. I would like everyone to go to this website here. And what you should see, if I can open it, let's see, there it is. What you should see when you go to this the website is MySQL installer for Windows, where it says select operating system. It should be Microsoft Windows. Anyone not see this? Anyone go to a weird website that wasn't supposed to be it? Okay, great. I'm glad that the website link worked. Okay, so for everyone who wants to see where the selection for the operations system is, when you go down just a little bit, you're going to see it says select operating system. There's a little down arrow key. You click on that. Oh, you don't see the chat and link. Let me get that for you. I think I directed it to everyone in meeting. Okay. I believe Erin, I sent it to just you. I'm so sorry. Okay. So for everyone else, hopefully you are in this website. We have select operation system. We're going to click down. You're going to have all these different types of operation systems. And you are going to click on Microsoft Windows. Okay. And then it's going to take you to this page that says MySQL installer for Windows. Do not click on other downloads, any of these. You're going to go over and go to download page. I have my cursor right over it. Click on that. It already started to be confusing, correct? A lot of times when I first did MySQL and trying to download this was a pain for me, at least, trying to figure out what all these different terms meant. So let's go over and so we should go to this web page here. Now I will be asking a lot if you are stuck. So anyone not on this site, not this page here. I'm gonna just wait a second and nope. Okay, great. So let's continue. Now we have two different types of downloads we can do. We're gonna do the one that is a 2.3. Okay, and it's gonna be the 32-bit installer. They don't have a 64-bit that has just the server. It's just going to be the work, which I won't explain today, but it's a different program that they have a 64-bit. So we're all using the 32-bit today. Click download. And it's going to take you to this page here. It says MySQL community downloads. Don't worry about logging in. Don't worry about signing up. I want everyone to go down to where it says no thanks, just start my download. Okay, we're going to click on here. Anyone not on this page, and then when you click on it, there should be a window that comes up. Okay, great. Let's click right on save file. You should have, it should say MySQL installer web community 8.0.28.0. Click save file. And depending on what type of browser you have, you'll either have it up at the top or you'll have it down here at the bottom. Okay, depending on the browser. I believe Chrome is at the bottom, and I know that I'm on Firefox now, so it's at the top. Okay, so it depends. And then you're gonna go and click on the file that it says. So if you're at the bottom, you'll click on that file. If you're at the top, you're gonna click on this down arrow key and click open file. It's gonna give you this weird looking like, oh, this is malicious. It's not. MySQL is okay to download. Click OK. Now everyone should be on a should see a user account control. Do you allow this app to make changes to my device? You're going to click yes. Okay, and it's going to ask you again. You're going to click yes, and it should open the installer that looks like this. Anyone not see this installer? Okay, great. All right, let's go over and we're choosing the setup type. Okay, we're going to go to server only. We're not going to download anything else from MySQL but the server itself because we are using Data Grip as our client. Okay, We're going to click on server only and then click next. Once you get there, you should see product, MySQL server 8.8.28 status ready to download. Anyone not on this page here? Anyone stuck? Okay, great. Great, everyone. Okay, you're going to go down to execute and you're going to click on execute. Okay. You're going to have the progress is going to be going on. This might take a bit for everyone. I'm just going to wait a second or two because I do know there are some computers that are a little bit older. And there's some computers that will run depending on what type of graphics card you have. Okay, CPU. Okay, so status should say download. Anyone not have download as the status? Okay. Go down and click next. And then it should say ready to install as your next part with your installation. Okay. You're going to go to execute and click it. And it should start installing as your status progress. Anyone not see status installing? Mine now says complete, actually. Anyone having trouble with the installation process within the installation process? No? Okay, great. Once it says complete, I want everyone to click next. And it should say ready to configure. And I want you to click next. Okay, this is the part and the reason why we do the installation process with everybody. We have our type and network. On this page itself, we're not changing anything at all, nothing. Our port is going to stay as 3306 because we will be using our local host today, and a local host within our within the computer is just saying that we are going to be using the administrator rights, the root of your computer itself. And that is going to be your username as well. You'll see this more in a couple slides and in the workshop. So we have our port as 3306. Just make sure it says that. You could use a different port, but we're just going to all stay the same. You're going to go down to next. Click that. Okay, here is going to be a difference. This is going to be where there might be some issues down the line when we're connecting the client to the server, depending on what type of computer you have. And because this is online, it's hard for me to look at your computer itself. So, so we're going to do the use strong password encryption for authentication, recommended. But for a lot of older computers, we might have to use the legacy authentication. This won't we won't know if you need it until we try to get the client to connect to the server. And it's an easy fix for this. So it's just going into the installer again and saying, hey, I actually wanted the legacy, not the newest version, the recommended. So we won't know that until later. And this is just because, again, it's an online workshop and there's so many of you. I can't really go into everyone's computer. Okay. So we're going to click next on that. Please make sure that this is clicked. Okay. This is the most important of the whole thing of the installation. We have our accounts and roles. This is going to be the password of your user, which it says right here, root account password. This is going to be the password that I need everyone to write. And I'm going to pull up really quick here we go. Let me get to that page. We're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 PASS, all lowercase. Okay. Now I will say, if you get this part, if you don't write it correctly here, when you're trying to connect the client to the server, it's one of those things that we're going to be like, what's the issue? And it's going to be more of the fact that we didn't write it correctly here to connect it to the client. This is the reason why we do the installation, is because of this password here. Now, this is not a strong password. I know that we did click on strong password. It's going to say weak, but because this is a workshop and I do need to be able to have everyone on the same page, we're all using the same password. In the future, if you want to do this as a career or want to just make this stronger, there is 2 ways to do this. You can do it by uninstalling your MySQL, reinstalling it, go through this whole process again. And then the second one is going into your terminal and writing a line of code to actually change that password. And I can give that resource to you if you would like to do it the terminal way. If not, you can just uninstall it and reinstall it again. Anyone not on this page or also was not able to write 1, 2, 3, 4 pass? Okay, let me catch up with you guys because 2, 3, 4 PASS. And again, no capitals. Make sure you have no capitals. And again, it will say weak. Okay. All right. Once you get to this window, you are almost done with the installation. Also, this is going to be the name of your server, MySQL 80. It's just the default. We're going to keep it that way just for the workshop today. Again, you can change this. You can actually make a new server with a different name within a terminal. And if you wanted to download later on the workbench for MySQL, you can also change it within there, which is more user-friendly. But today we're just trying to get you to the query process. So once you get this, make sure not all of this is checked, configure MySQL server as a Windows server, and then start it up at start your server up at startup. And then you're gonna have the standard system account also checked mark. Okay, go down to next and click next. Everyone here at is anyone not here at apply configuration? Okay, good. We're gonna go down to oh, Erin, you're good? Yes, you're with me? Cool. Yes, okay, great. So now we're gonna click on execute at the bottom. Okay. And it's going to go through and check mark all these. Everyone should have all these checked mark, and it says configuration for MySQL server 8.0.28 was successful. Please finish and continue. We're going to click finish, and it says product configuration complete on status. Click next. Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. Those check marks took for a long time, didn't it? Okay. All right. Anyone else stuck real quick, or everyone good? Okay, it's still processing. We're going to wait a little bit while everyone else's is processing. And everyone who just send me a check mark through the chat when you are done. Check mark, I mean a little sign. No, you don't need to copy the log to a clipboard. Okay, great. Waiting on, okay. Okay. Yes, because this is the first time you guys run this on your computer. It is going to take a little bit. I've been going back and forth, uninstalling and reinstalling a long time. Yes, so if you do have, it says configure for MySQL has failed, you're going to hit backspace, which I don't have here anymore, and then try it one more time. And just let me know if that worked for you. Okay. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. I'm going to give 340. So I'm going to give it to 348. It's Windows service name already used. Okay, if that one's already used, do you already have MySQL on your computer? Or is this the first time you run it? I'm talking to one of the individuals within our workshop. First time. Okay, try, let's see. It's already used. Let's change it. It's just the title of your server. So just change it to 81 and see if that works. So MySQL 81. Now, this is just if you do have a MySQL server already on your computer and it's MySQL 80, it's just making it great. It's just making a new server on there. So your computer might already have MySQL, depending, maybe the manufacturer themselves have it on there. I know that I don't remember which manufacturer has it, but I'm glad it worked for you. I'm glad. Okay. Anyone else stuck? Anyone else? Does everyone see this product configuration, status configuration complete? Everyone on the same page? Cool. Okay. All right. And okay, if you're not on the same page, make sure to write it in our chat so that we can stop and see what's going on with your computer. Okay. Click on next. And then it's going to say install complete, copy log to clipboard. Again, you don't have to copy the log to clipboard. We don't need the information for that. Now, if you are going to go more advanced, you would need that information if you were doing something way more advanced, but because this is just a beginner's SQL workshop, you're not going to need any of that. So click on finish. And you guys have done the first step. Nothing will pop up. We're going to find out if you did it correctly when we connect the client to the server. Our next step for this, this part of the workshop, let me go down to the part, is to download data grip. Now we're going to download the client. So I want everyone to go to, and I think I have it up here in the chat. Can you copy? Let's make sure I go to everyone. All right. So everyone go to jetbrains.com data grip, and it should take you to, which I don't think I had this one open yet. There we go. Should take you to a web page that's very, very nifty. It has like a pink and green little line through it. Anyone not on this page take you to a really weird website that we should not be on? No? Okay, good. Great. Okay. All right, I want everyone to click on download. Now, with Data Grip, it does offer a free trial for 30 days, which we're going to be using for this purpose. There is different types of plans that you can buy. If you are still in school or have a school email, you can actually get Data Grip as an educational license. Okay, but because we are doing this open to everyone, we're going to do the free 30-day trial today. We're going to click on download. It says thank you for downloading. It's going to pop up with this this window here. It's just going to be Data Grip 2021.3.4, and it's going to be the program exe. You're going to click on save file. And it's going to give you the same thing. Depending on the browser, you're going to have it at the top or at the bottom. I want you to click on that file and open it. And that should pop up again, user account control. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? You want to say yes. It's going to show you this setup here. Now, this is a much more, this process is much more easier. And I already have data grip on my computer, so I'm going to be showing you through the actual, the slides that I have here. So we just did this. We clicked on download, and we have clicked on save file, and now we're here. Anyone not see the setup page for data grip? Okay. Click on next, please, for your next part. It should take you to a window that looks like this. It says choose install location. Choose the folder in which to install data grip. You're going to go down and click next, but I should tell you with your destination folder, this is where it's going to be at. So if you ever have to look for it within your computer, this is where you're going to find this program. It's going to be whatever it says on your computer, because mine, depending on where, what type of computer you have, it will put it in different program files. Click on next. And then here in the installation options, you want to create a desktop shortcut so that you can find that data grip and click on it to open the program itself, either after this workshop or during this workshop. We usually, if you're doing more advanced things, you would click on add bin folder to the path. And but for this here, we will not be clicking on that because we're not going to be doing anything advanced. And then this would need a restart of your computer, and I wouldn't want to have you guys restart your computer in the middle of our workshop. So we're just going to do a create desktop shortcut and click next. All right, and then it says choose start menu folder. It should already have JetBrains as the name of that they have here. If not, go down into it and find JetBrains. Okay. Anyone stuck on this? Do they not see JetBrains? Everyone good? Okay, great. We're going to go to and click install. This is going to install into your computer. It's going to probably take a little bit. So let's wait on everyone and make sure that everyone is has installed it completely. Once you do the installation, it should take you to this page. Again, this installation is much more easier compared to the MySQL, but this setting up a server is always a lot harder. Okay. Now, anyone still installing onto their computer? Still installing. Okay. We'll wait a couple more. Let's wait about 2 minutes. So at 3:57, I will ask again. Okay. I see that hand raised. Okay. That's funny, Erin. You said my computer's a tad slow, then right after done. What were we? The installation options again, sorry. Okay, let's see. The installation are you talking about? Oh, here. We're just gonna click on data grip, create desktop shortcut, and then update content menu, we're gonna leave unchecked. Create associations, we're going to leave unchecked, and then update path variable, leave unchecked. That will require a restart needed, and we just want to do. Okay, great. Okay. We have one more minute just to check on to see if anyone else. Okay. I should drink some water. Huh? while the Mac users are getting done, they're going to trickle in. No worries. The Windows process is actually a lot longer than the Mac when it comes to the MySQL. Okay, everyone good here with anyone still installing? Okay, let's go on, and where it says complete the data grip setup, make sure that we have run data grip check mark, and then we're going to click finish. Okay, it's going to give you an agreement. Confirm the agreement that you've read it. Make sure to read it at some point so you know what the agreement is, and then click continue. Okay. Data sharing, you can send anonymous statistics. I usually don't, but if you would like to, that is your choice. Click don't send if you don't want to send this over. Okay, this is the part where we're going to start the trial. So once you see this page, please let me know. Anyone not see this page? Okay. Okay, I'm guessing everyone is on this page. Okay, great. I want you to click on Start Trial. And then log into JetBrains account will be next. We're going to do our free 30-day trial account. It's going to take you to this web page. And I just need you guys all to fill in your information and then click submit once you're done. I believe you also, you can do the consent to use your name and email, but I don't believe that is used for your account. Okay. I'll give you guys a little bit to fill this part out. Okay, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. If you, it is not opening the browser to get the form. Open up the browser to get the form. So you were here and then you clicked on log in JetBrains account and then it did not open up the browser itself. Okay, so let's see. Do you have a browser that's already a defaulted browser? Because it could open up if you have two browsers, it could open up in a different browser without actually popping up. So if you go down to your what's this, the taskbar, it could be like, for instance, I also have Chrome, so it could have went to my Chrome instead of my Firefox. If not, you can also close your browser itself and then try it one more time by clicking on this, and it might go past it and open it. What username and password? The username and password for data grip is up to you, whatever you would like as your username. Oh, it's the one that you put in here. So like whatever you would like to put here on your account, you're just going to be using to log into it next. So it's up to you. Kristen, were you able to open up that browser? No? Okay. Let's see. You could also, did you try clicking on log in at the bottom? That should take you to the web page as well. You did? Okay. Let's see. You can also go to the website itself and then you could see the license activation page, correct? like the page that I have displayed. Yeah. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go to the actual website we were on before. So this one here. And then you're going to go, let's see, to this little tiny person you have here. And now you guys see my stuff. Okay, so you're going to go over, I'm going to show you one more time. You go to, you're going to see this page again. You're going to go see this little man, the little shadow guy, and you're going to click on him. It's going to take you to welcome to JetBrains account. And you should be able to create an account down here. Not registered yet, create a JetBrains account. And that should take you to the page itself. Anyone else having trouble? Oh, here we go. My window disappeared. The window for data grip for the client that we're using, or the window for the browser, the one I'm looking at now. So nothing happened earlier. Okay, got it. Okay, great. Glad everyone's there. Let's close that. Now it's on the licenses page. So you're looking at this page here. Everyone on this page, from putting in your username and password. Okay, no problem. Mariana, I think that's how you say your name. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Do you see this page, the license activation? It says no available license, right? So correct. So there's going to be no available licenses. This is right here. There's no valid licenses associated with this account. And you're going to click on start trial and then click start trial. Okay. Anyone not see this page? Okay. Correct. It's going to say no available licenses associated with this account. You're going to click on start trial and then start trial. At the top, do you see activate data grip start trial? No? And you see this page here, the license activation. Let's go back up. By license here. I'm going to have you, if would you be able to share your screen, one of you, because I do see that two of you are not able to see that button, so I can see what's going on. Anyone like to volunteer? If not, let's see. I can share it. Perfect. Okay. Let me not stop sharing here. Screen sharing is disabled. One participant can share at a time. Josh, are you in here?
Yeah, absolutely. And Vanessa, who should I request to share screen?
Let's do Kristen.
Kristen, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Kristen, just for a moment, I'm going to, Kristen Hansen, correct? Sorry, there are Kristens. Awesome. Kristen, just for a moment, you are the co-host now. So if you could share your screen with us, that would be awesome.
Okay. Let's look at this. No available licenses. Okay, two-factor. Okay, so you're still on the web page. You have made an account, correct? Okay, now let's go back into the license activation page that you were on. Yes, that one. Click and log in to JetBrains account at And you and so once you've made it, if not, you might have to close the license, this license one, and reopen it. Because remember, we made a, let me see if I can make one real quick. Data grip. JetBrains. I have to always remember what it's called. Let's make this a, okay. Remember that we made a an icon on your desktop. So I want you to close this and reopen the from your desktop. If you want to close, turn off the screen share so no one sees your desktop, that's fine. To turn it off, it'll be at the top. And there should be like a little taskbar that comes down. Yeah. Okay, great. You got it figured. Okay, we have one. Let me reshare. Did it go onto your desktop? Do you see it there? If not, let me share my screen real quick. If you don't see it on your desktop, I can show you where you could find it. So if you go, do you guys all see my screen now? Yes, okay. If you go down to your start window button, I don't know if you have a Windows 10 or not, but most of all Windows work the same this way. And you're gonna go into all your file folders here and go down to JetBrains. It's gonna be a folder that looks like this. You're gonna click on that and it's gonna say Data Grip 2021.2.4. You're gonna click on that and it's gonna open up JetBrains. And let me close this real quick because I want to make sure everyone has it open to the to this one here. Okay. Okay, found it and opened it. Great. Everyone, anyone else stuck? Everyone good? Okay, let's go on and you should see, okay, Erin, yes. Where are we stuck at? I'm still getting, okay, no problem. Everyone else, we should see this. This should be the point that you're at, which would be having the data grip already open. You should see new project open. And then once you see this, you should be good for now. And then we're also waiting on the Mac users. Are the Mac users back? Yeah, okay, great. So the reason why we're using the data grip instead of the MySQL client is because with different types of organizations don't always use the MySQL client. They're going to use a different client where you have to connect to a server. So this is going to give you guys a chance to see what it's like to be able to, okay, to be able to see what it's like to connect the client to the server. Because if not, you'll go into your job interview and they're going to be like, well, can you connect a client to a server or are you just using MySQL client? So it's a good way to kind of see what you have to go through in an organization with MySQL. Yeah. Do you want a?
Hey, Vanessa.
Yes.
So we've now brought back the entire Mac group, so we
Great.
should be good to go. At this point
Great.
in our call today, we're assuming that everyone is on this page. Welcome to Data Grip.
Yes.
Just a couple of notes for anyone who's in the call who might not be at this point. There's a couple of next steps. We're going to be taking the recordings from today and sending it around ASAP for anyone who's interested in joining the call. But if you're not at this point, you're welcome to stick around, keep watching, which I really hope you would do. And then please feel free to email myself or Vanessa after the call. And that way we can hopefully troubleshoot. The other person to hit up here would be Sam, who's one of our staff members from the QCL. And so we can try to troubleshoot on the spot, but I think we're safe to move forward.
Yes. I think most of them just need to close the program itself and reopen it from their desktop. And I think that will solve a lot of the issues that we're having as of now for the Windows. For now, I'm not sure if anyone has any other specific ones, but for everyone who is who has seen, let's go back up, who has seen this picture here. Okay, we're gonna go on to Data Grip. Okay, so let's talk about Data Grip. This is what you guys see. At this point, I'm also going to open mine. Let me close this. Yes, I would like to quit. Okay, so let me open mine as well. And mine is going to look a little different than yours as of now. So we're going to look at that. I want everyone to click on New Project. Let me close this. I'm going to remove all my stuff so I can follow along with you. I want everyone to click on New Project on the one you have there. You're going to see this window that says New Project, enter new project name. You're going to go QCL Workshop. It does not matter if you do a lowercase or uppercase at this point, because this is just the title of your project. Okay, once you do that, you're going to click on OK. Okay, now that you are on Data Grip, you should see this page here. And we're going to now start off by connecting the client to the server. This is where we want it to be, get started so that we can now get set up for the next class. We're going to hit this little plus sign at the top. Does everyone see that plus sign? Mine looks a lot more enlarged because I'm sharing with you guys and I want you guys all to see, but you're going to click on that and you're going to go to data source. When you go to data source, you're going to see all of these different servers that I have. I talked to you guys about. The only difference is the syntax. You're going to look in here in the M section and you're going to find MySQL. I have recently used it, so mine is at the top. Once you recently used one server, it's going to be at the top. You're going to click on MySQL. Okay. And this window is going to pop up. Now, remember when I said that if you don't have the correct, if you don't write the correct password, that this is going to be the part where we're going to see all that troubleshooting happen. We're going to see the password be wrong. So see here. You see a different interface, no plus. Okay. You're on a Mac, correct? All our Mac users, do you guys see something different than what we see here? Because if so, I also have Data Grip here on my Mac. Now let me open it on mine, see what I see. It's taking a little bit to open. There it is. Okay, so I see the same setup, but you said if you click on the Explorer, let me try it a different way. You said if you click on the Explorer, you're talking about this section right here. Because you can also right click on the right-hand side, left, on the left-hand side. Open settings. Okay, no problem. You can also do it by right-clicking here on the left-hand side, and you'll see a new data source and then MySQL. Anyone not see this? Oops, I'm going too fast. Anyone not see this window? Okay, great. So at the top, it's going to be the name of your server. So it's at localhost. You could change this if you want. This part doesn't matter what it is, but just to keep it the same within the workshop, I would recommend that you keep it. Our host here is the important part. This whole part here is the most important. You have our host. Make sure it says localhost. Anyone not see localhost as their host? Do you mind back up? Okay. After clicking the plus sign, no problem. So when you click on the plus sign, you're going to go to data source. And you're within all your servers, you're going to see MySQL in the M section. You're going to click on that, and this should take you to the window we were at right now. If it's not the plus sign, you said you went to the Explorer at the top. Okay, great. Awesome. So we're at this window. Okay, so we have localhost. Remember when we were installing, we had the port that said 3306. This is where you would see that on this window here. It's just showing that we're going to be using this port. If you have, if you're using already a server, or you're already using a port in use, and this is for our more advanced users, you might have to change this to a different port if you get an error. But as of now, you can leave it like this for all of our beginners, 3306. Our user is going to be, again, this is why we need the administration rights, and also why we made that password. Our user is going to be root. I want everyone to write root. It could make sure it's lowercase. It's just preference, but usually that's how you would write it, as a lowercase root. Our password, I'm guessing everyone knows what our password is. They could probably go into my data group as of now, but we all have the same password. So let's all do 1, 2, 3, 4 pass, and you're going to go down to test connection and click on that. So once you click on that, for all the people who wrote it wrong, you're going to get this here. I put a capital P so you guys could see what it looks like. Anyone have this on their screen as of now? Yes, okay. Now, that means let's try putting in, yes. So everyone else, you're gonna see a driver files do not download. Stay with me, don't click on that yet. I mean, you can click on it, but don't click on it yet, so we're on the same page. Okay, so password, try writing it. Remember, it's all lowercase, 1, 2, 3, 4, PASS. And if not, we probably, there's a chance that you capitalized one of the letters in the installation process. And if that's the case, and this is where we have the error, we might have to re-download the whole installation for you. So you would have to go through the installation process again. If not, just try writing 1, 2, 3, 4, lowercase p, lowercase a, lowercase ss. And once you hit OK, you should get a successful. Everyone else is going to get, give me a second, because I need to show you guys the, here we go. Everyone else is going to get a download missing driver files. Click on that, because I have already downloaded this before, so my drivers are already on. This is your first time putting this on your computer, so you're going to have your missing driver files that you do need to download. Once you get, oops, a successful, this is a little light. Once you get successful, you'll see a green succeeded and then a bunch of information you don't need to know as of now. And you can wait here while I try to figure out the rest. Okay, so, and it did not get an error message. So you entered the capital P and as a password, but did not get an error message. So you might have used that when you did the install. You might have put the capital P as your install when we got to that point and we wrote it into the installation. Okay, and then for Ian, I think we might have to re-download, or we can go into the terminal. Now the terminal is much more complicated. I would do that afterwards, but we can re-download it, redo the installation process just for MySQL, not for DataGrip. And if that, Sam, can you help him out with that? Can you help Ian out with that part, with the installation? Even if you go into another breakout room, or we can do it afterwards. What would you like to do, Ian?
Here, Sam, Ian, would it be helpful if I put you both in a breakout room, or would that be good?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try to solve the problem.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, so to continue on with the drivers, you get a succeeded. Anyone else not get like a failed, and then it has kind of like some writing. Anyone have any trouble shooting issues that we need to go through? Everyone else got successful. That's great. That's great. Okay. And if you do have a failure, we can also go with it after class as well. And you can also talk to me before this week to the next week if you haven't download it and you're just listening in today. Okay, this is just in case you get this error. I was going to show you how to do that, but no one got this error, so we're good. That's the most common error, and that's why I have it in these slides. So everyone else got this succeeded. And you're gonna, where's mine? Whoop, here it is. So everyone else, let me go through and do mine real quick. Okay, test connection. Everyone else has this here. I want you to click apply and then click OK. Where are we at on time? Okay. We're just going to do the last bit of this, and we're going to write our first query today. Okay, just to get you your toes dipped in, we're going to make your database today and set that up before we move on. So I want everyone to write create database. Now it's going to start auto writing it in for you, or I should say here, if you're going to do everything lowercase, make sure to be consistent. If you're going to do everything uppercase, make sure to be consistent. That's the biggest thing about programming, is being consistent with how you, which is best. Truthfully, it's how you like to do it. There's some programs and some different types of servers that only want you to do lowercase, and there's some that only want you to do uppercase. So it really depends on what you're using, what's your style. I personally like to do all lowercase, but I change it up depending, again, on what class I'm taking, what program I'm using. So the best one is the one you think is best. Yeah. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do all capitals. So all uppercase, and we're going to write create database. Okay, everyone should be here. Oops, I put database. Everyone should have written that part. Click space, make sure to have that space in between. And we're going to now name what our database is going to be. So this first part is going to be, you're going to be telling DataGrip, I want you to create a database. Now I'm going to tell you what I want you to title it, which is going to be QCL and then workshop. Again, just be consistent in what you're doing. So QCL workshop, either all lowercase or all uppercase, I will be doing uppercase. Okay. Okay, so right after the letter P for MySQL, you're going to put a semicolon. This is telling, see, this is what I have on my screen. Let's see. Oh, okay, you're still, okay, hold on one second. So this, I don't have anything below localhost. Where it says comment, you don't have anything here? Yeah, on the left. Oh, you don't have anything under here on the left. Yes, okay. So you don't have a local host. So when you were downloading the, this is showing that the server didn't download completely onto your computer if you don't have the local host here, because this is where the, where it's gonna start looking for it on their source. So after after this workshop, I'll take a look. You can share your screen. Is the one who entered. Okay, yeah. So so it might have been that you have a, let me take a, yeah, we can discuss later. I will absolutely look at your screen and see what's going on with your screen. Okay. So everyone, I do want you to put the semicolon. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. Yes. That was all capitals. Semicolon. And you said, someone said that they didn't have this as a orange or an amber, correct? So that's also saying that we might not be connected to the server itself. Make sure that you have this side right here, local host connected. Anyone not see this part here? Okay. We have data. By just create is orange. Just create is orange, but database is not. Do we have it spelled correctly? That's one of the things, because if I put an E, it will make it like a, it'll make it kind of like a light blue. There's a chance that you might have, do you have a space in between? Most of the time. Okay, we're good. Space after create, yes. Exactly, space after create. All right. Create is orange. Okay, and then so when you're typing it in, when you start typing it in, does it give you the option to click on? Okay, it looks like for data grip, like I said, different programs, different things, try doing an uppercase. And it should start giving you good. Okay. When you do the uppercase, does it work on that? Does it show both of them as orange or amber? For everyone else, it shows the section, but it won't allow me to select. Oh, that's interesting. It should allow you to select it. Yours was also with the login that it didn't click on that button as well. I wonder if it has something to do with the clicking of the mouse itself. I would have to look at that as well, which is why this workshop is the installation, to check what's going on with that. I can do that after the class as well. Okay, cool. All right. So create database. What you're going to do here is I put QCL workshop. I want everyone to highlight. Oops, workshop. You should have a semicolon. I want everyone to highlight create database QCL workshop with the semicolon and click on the little green button, which once you hover over it, it says execute. Click on that and you should all get a connected use with information schema and then create database. Okay, everyone on this section good? Okay, we're gonna click on QCL workshop, right click on that and then new, and then click query console. And then once you click on that, there should be a new console that comes up. You have now successfully connected to a database and you have successfully now have opened a script. And as of now, for all of you who are at this point, we can go over the environment itself, which I will go over the environment one more time on the next one. And for as of now, you are ready for part 2. Everyone who is here. Okay. Yes, I can absolutely repeat that step. So you're gonna be here. You're gonna see this part here. It's gonna say connected. You're gonna go over to your left-hand side under localhost, under information schema. You should have your QCL workshop. You're gonna right-click on that, go to new, then go to query console and click query console. Okay. And then you should have a blank console_1 that pops up. If not, it'll just be a console itself, but that's where we wrote in. Okay, great. So lastly, before I let you guys go, because now you're ready for part 2, for anyone who doesn't have trouble shoot issues, I do want to go over, and this is for everyone also still here. I do want to go over the environment, okay? So this is what you're seeing right now on your screen. Now we did open up a new console, so you'll probably see this part blank, but I want to go over what you're looking at on your screen as of now, the environment itself. So you have on your left-hand side, connect database. And this is where that plus sign was for some of you, where we can connect servers. This is why we're using, okay, great. This is why we're using the this program, because we need to learn how to connect the client to the database, to the server. And then right here, you're gonna have databases and your tables here, which we'll see next time. You're gonna have your console information at the bottom. Consoles is your text editor. It's where you're gonna write all your queries, and you're going to have all of your scripts and all of your writing in this area here in the middle. And then at the top, there's some controls right above your text editor, and it's going to have the green execute button that we just clicked on and a couple other ones, but we're only going to be using mostly the green triangle, and which is our execute. On this side, it's going to say choose your database. Right now, everyone should actually see QCL workshop up here. If you don't, you can actually just click down and click on it. But by right clicking and opening up a new console, we're going to have QCL workshop here. Okay. Lastly, all your project information is going to be on your left-hand side, and your view, results, and execution is going to be at the bottom. And this is where we saw that it said that we successfully created a database. This is going to be what you're going to be looking at next time in part 2. And this is what we're going to be working on for most of the time. Okay, so lastly, for part 2, we came to the end of it. Anyone who is having issues still, please stay behind. If you don't have time, I will put my email in the chat so that you can email me. We can maybe do a Zoom call or get together on just through email and figure it out. That is not my email. I didn't copy it right. Haha. Here we go.
And Vanessa,
Everyone.
while everyone's wrapping up and popping up for those who are finished, just want to first off say thank you to everyone who joined us today for staying on for a 90-minute call. Really appreciate you taking the time out. As I mentioned in the chat, expect to see emails from me over the course of the next week, but we really look forward to seeing you all for part 2 at 3 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Western, 6 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday, the 22nd. So thank you all so much.
Yes, and for part 2, we are going to be going over SQL Overview, the review, the basic SQL statements. We're going to be doing our query difference, our data grip, going over it one more time. So anyone who is still behind, we can go over it again. And then we're going to do a hands-on and talk about the operational order, and then give you some resources, and then contact info again, in case you need to contact me again. Please make sure to bring your computer, sit in front of your computer, download MySQL if you haven't already, and then data grip as well. But as of now, you are ready for part 2, and congratulations, everyone. For everyone who is still having trouble, please stay after and we'll get you to that congratulations point. Okay. All right. Thank you.